Greed, the prison you build around yourself. It doesn't strike like wrath. It doesn't creep like sloth. It doesn't ache like lust. It doesn't corrode like envy. Greed wraps, greed clutches. Greed closes the hand and refuses to open it again. It whispers not of hunger, but of fear. Fear that what you have is not enough. Fear that if you let go, you will disappear. The ancients spoke of greed not just as desire, but as possession of the soul. The soul, they said, was not meant to be a vault. It was meant to be a river, and greed is the dam that chokes it to death. This is greed, but not the caricature you think you know. Not the cartoon miser stacking coins in the dark. It is something quieter, something more refined, a tightening in the chest, a closing of the hands, a life spent gathering everything except meaning. Greed. Really, you might shrug and say, I just want to be comfortable. I just want security. You hustle, you save, you collect degrees, achievements, opportunities. But let me ask you, when was the last time you felt free? Not because you had something, but because you needed nothing. You see, greed isn't just about wealth. It's about accumulation without end. It's about the endless stacking of just in case. It's about the fortress built so high you can no longer see the sky. Think about it. We chase more not because we love abundance, but because we fear scarcity. Every promotion, every possession, every follower, every achievement, another brick in the walls we think will keep us safe. But walls built of fear always become prisons. Greed today wears elegant masks. It hides behind ambition. It wears the suit of success. It drapes itself in self-improvement, in empire building, in legacy making. But underneath, the same tight fist closes, mine, more, never enough. In ancient wisdom, they warned, greed is not the desire for wealth. It is the fear of being without it. One philosopher wrote, the man who owns everything owns nothing, for he is owned by his fear of loss. Because the more you gather, the more you fear being emptied. The more you cling, the more you slip. The tighter you grasp, the faster meaning leaks through your fingers. What are we truly afraid of? Maybe that if we stop gathering, we will be exposed, naked, vulnerable, mortal. Maybe we fear that if we stand without our trophies, we will have to face who we really are, and not just what we've collected. It's the whisper that says, one more deal, one more dollar, one more follower, one more validation, one more safety net. Each time you obey, the walls grow thicker. Each time you say yes, your prison becomes harder to escape. This is greed's true cruelty. It promises you security and cages you in your own possessions. It's ironic. We glorify success. We celebrate ambition. We tell each other to dream bigger, build higher, own more. And yet greed still thrives, because no matter how much you stack, you cannot fill a soul that believes it is empty. We dream of wealth, but if we are not careful, we will inherit chains made of gold. We say we want freedom, but greed teaches us to measure it in digits, in deeds, in accolades, instead of breath, instead of wonder, instead of enoughness. Greed has made us allergic to contentment, because in contentment, we would have to surrender the illusion of control. We would have to trust something greater than our own ability to hoard, and that is the one thing greed will never allow. Here's the brutal truth. Greed does not trust life. Greed does not trust love. Greed does not trust providence or friendship or faith. Greed only trusts the walls it can build and the locks it can turn. But those same walls become the tomb. Those same locks keep the soul from ever escaping. So how do you break free? How do you uncoil the hand after years of clenching? The answer is not self-denial. It is radical trust. The act of loosening the grip, even before you feel safe. The act of giving before you are sure you have enough. The act of surrendering, not when you are empty, but when you are still full. Imagine this. Instead of grasping, you start giving. Instead of hoarding, you start flowing. Instead of fortifying, you start planting. Terrifying? Good. Because that terror is greed losing its grip. That terror is your soul remembering it was never meant to live behind gates. Throughout history, the wisest understood. Wealth is not what you hold. Wealth is what you can give away without losing yourself. Power is not in the vault. Power is in the open hand. This is the final irony. To defeat greed, you don't need to own less. You need to fear less. You must remember, the river that flows is the river that lives. The hand that opens is the hand that blesses. The heart that surrenders is the heart that can finally be free. Greed wants you clutching. Greed wants you caged. Greed wants you believing you are one possession away from peace. But you don't have to accept that. You can choose to wake up, to open the hand, to loosen the armor, to trust life again. Because the opposite of greed is not poverty. It's freedom. It's flow. It's fearless giving. It's knowing that what you are can never be lost, even when everything else is.